Our country, India. India is a part of Asia. It is the seventh largest country in the world. With more than 100 crore people living here, India is the most populated country in the world after China. It is also one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Our country is not the same everywhere. It has many landforms. We have mountains, plains, plateaus, deserts and islands. Very few countries in the world can boast of so much variety. This is what makes India so beautiful. The Himalayan mountain range. Mountains are portions of the earth that rise steeply from the surrounding area. A chain of mountains form a range. All along the north of our country lie the mighty Himalayan mountain ranges. These ranges have some of the highest peaks in the world. Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world, is a part of the Himalayan range. The high peaks are covered with snow throughout the year. The mountain region is extremely cold. Many of our big rivers like the Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra start from the Himalayas. As they flow down to the plains, several smaller rivers join the main rivers. The melting snow from the mountains keep these rivers fed through the hot and dry summer months. As we move down to the lower slopes, we find thick forests. This is called the Tarai region. The northern plains. Plains are vast expanses of flat or gently rolling land. As we go down to the south of the Himalayas, we come to the northern plains of India. This is also called the Gangetic Plain. Many rivers like the Ganga and Yamuna flow through these plains. This makes the land very fertile and most suited for cultivation. Wheat is the main crop of northern plains. The region is thickly populated. Many well-known cities and towns are located along the banks of the rivers Ganga and Yamuna. In the plains, it is very hot in summer and cold in winter. The Thar Desert. A large area of land covered with sand is called a desert. As we travel to the northwestern part of our country, the landscape changes. We can see miles and miles of sand. This area is called the Great Indian Desert or the Thar Desert. This region gets very little rainfall. The climate here is dry and hot in summer, and cold in winter. Life in the desert is difficult. The desert region is not thickly populated. Camel is commonly used in the desert for transport. It is called the ship of the desert. The Deccan Plateau and the Ghats. The southern part of India is a peninsula. A peninsula is a piece of land jutting into the sea and surrounded by large water bodies on its three sides. The Indian peninsula has the Bay of Bengal to its east, the Arabian Sea to its west, and the Indian Ocean to its south. This part of India is called the Southern Plateau or the Deccan Plateau. A plateau is a flat-topped region that is raised above the surrounding land. The Deccan Plateau region has many rivers like Krishna, Kaveri, Godavari, and Mahanadi. These rivers are rain-fed. They often become dry during the summer, unlike the snow-fed rivers of the north. This region is very rich in minerals. Some parts of the plateau are covered with thick forests. This region has a moderate climate that is neither too hot or too cold. To the west of the Deccan Plateau are mountains called the Western Ghats. To the east of the Deccan Plateau are mountains called the Eastern Ghats. These mountains are not as high as those in the Himalayan range. There are narrow strips of plain land along the east and west coasts of India. They are called coastal plains. An island is a piece of land surrounded by water. If you look closely at the map of India, you will find several small islands in the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. In the Bay of Bengal, There is a group of islands called the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. In the Arabian Sea, there is another group of islands called the Lakshadweep Islands. These islands are part of our country. Terms to remember: landforms, natural features of the earth; mountains, land which rises steeply from the surrounding area; plains, flat and level land; fertile, land in which plants grow well; desert, large area of land covered with sand; plateau, a large area of fairly level land that is raised above the surrounding area; peninsula, a piece of land jutting into the sea and surrounded by water on the three sides; island, a piece of land surrounded by water. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated. Your comments and suggestions are valuable to us.